Let us understand in details how do we find equation of a parabola from the given x-intercepts, and then how do we find the vertex and the range of the given graph. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this particular video, we'll talk about three different methods to find the equation of a parabola. When a graph of parabola is given to us, we should identify the best way of finding the equation. Well, in this situation, we see that we are given the x-axis, the y-axis, and on the x-axis, the 2 points which are called the zeros or the x-intercepts can be identified. Third point is already given to us as point P, which is 4 and 8. Since the x-intercepts are very clearly identified, it's a good idea to go with the method of finding the equation in the factored form. That is to say that we can write the equation as y equals to a times x minus r times x minus s, where r and s are the x-intercepts, right? So in this equation, in this graph, we can see that the value of r is equal to what? R could be minus 2, right? So one of the x-intercepts, and the value of s can be the other x-intercept, which is 6. So if these are the two x-intercepts, then I can write the equation as y equals to a times x minus of minus 2 makes this 0 times x minus 6, right? Now to find the value of a, we need another point, and the point P is given to us. So we'll now substitute the point P, which is given to us as 4, 8. Substituting 4 for x, 8 for y, we can actually find the value of a, right? So x is 4 for us, right? So we have 4 for x. And now we have to find the value of a, correct? That's the whole idea. So now we can actually calculate the value of a. That is the only unknown. So a times 4 times 2 is 6. And then 4 minus 2 is minus 2. So we get 8 equals to a times negative 12, or negative 8 by 12 is the value of a. You can simplify this, dividing by 4, and you get 2 over 3. So we get our equation of the parabola in this particular case. So let me rewrite. Substituting all the values here as y equals to minus makes sense as the parabola is opening downwards. So that is the correct value. And we have x plus 2 times x minus 6. Does that make sense? So finding equation is very simple using the intercept form in this particular case. Perfect. So that becomes the equation of parabola. Now we are going to extend this question and also find the vertex, right? Now this point vertex is not very clear since it is somewhere above 10, right? But below 11. So it is somewhere between 10 and 11. We are not very clear about it. Many times we need to find this point. Here we are interested because we have to find the range. Range means the set of y values which this graph can have. It is less than equal to the maximum value, correct? So we have to look for this maximum value, correct? So let's go to the next page with our equation. We already found the value of a as minus 2 over 3, and then find the vertex, right? So we have y equals to minus 2 over 3. The two x-intercepts x plus 2, correct, and 6, x minus 6. Now, how do we find the vertex? First step is to find the axis, correct? So, first step is to find the axis of symmetry. We say axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry x is the average value of the intercepts. So in this case, r is minus 2 and s is 6. So we take this average value, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. Correct. So the axis is at 2. So let me draw this line. As you can see, this is x equals to 2. Clear? Vertex will be at a point which is 2, comma, we have to find the y value. So let us substitute 2 in our equation to find the y value, right? So we have y equals to minus 2 over 3. Within brackets, we'll write these terms, right? And we'll substitute 2 for x. We get 2 for x, right? So 2 plus 2, and here we have 2 minus 6. Does it make sense? Since we know that axis is at x equals to 2. Makes sense? Vertex is always on the axis, right? So let's calculate this value. We have minus 2 over 3. 2 plus 2 gives us 4, and that gives you minus 4. And this value is minus. Minus and minus makes it plus, right? And 4 times 4, 16 times 2, 32, right? Over 3. So as you can see, it is slightly less than 11, right? So the value is 32 over 3. Perfect, right? So that is how you get the vertex, and we have the coordinates of vertex now. So the coordinates of vertex are at 2, the maximum value being 32 by 3. Makes sense, right? And therefore, we can write down the range of this graph, right? So let me write down the range now. So range is y belongs to real numbers, so that y is less than equal to 32 by 3. It's a good idea to write the exact value rather than a decimal value, correct? So we get 32 by 3 as the y value, the maximum value. Is that clear to you? Correct? So see, we have found the equation of the parabola as well as we have found the vertex. Perfect. This was using the factored form. So we used method 1 in this case. And this method, number 1 I'm saying, was to use factored form, right? Perfect. Because we could easily read the x intercepts. You get the idea, right? Now, as I said in the beginning, we could have 3 methods to find the equation of this parabola. So, yes, we could. Now you can also see few very interesting things. Here's another method, right? I could identify this point also on the y-intercept. You see, at this level, we have the same value, 4, 8, y value being 8, right? And 8, 0, 8 is your first point. So we could write an equation based on these 2 points in partial factored form, which is y equals to a times. We will find the value of a, of course, x times x. This value of 8 happens at 4, right? So x minus 4. And if I put x as 0 or 4, the first term is 0. So we get the y value of 8. So this is another form which is called partial factoring. Right? Now the only thing here is that we have to identify one more point, right? So you could identify one of the x-intercepts as a point, let's say 6, 0. So if I write using the point 60, right? So we identify third point, which is 60. Substitute 60 in the given equation. 0 for y, right? And 6 for x. Now we can find the value of a, right? So open the bracket, so we get what? A times 6 times 2, right? Plus 8. Taking 8 to the other side, we get minus 8 equals 2, 12a, and minus 8 by 12 is the value of a, which is same as minus dividing both by 4, right? So 2 over 3. Do you see we get the same result? And we found the value of a as minus 2 over 3. So y is equals to minus 2 over 3. X times x minus 4 plus 8. You can expand and write this in standard form. You get the idea. So you see how we could use alternate methods to find the equation of parabola. And this partial factoring is a new method for you. So you can always use this method. And the third, of course, you can use is any 3 points, right? So any 3 points. We could have used these 3 points to find the equation of this particular parabola. So with that, I hope you understand how to go about finding equation of a parabola from the given graph. So look for the key values. If the x-intercepts are given clearly, in that case, go with the factored form. Many times, the vertex is given to you, then go with the vertex form. You get the idea. So that is how you should be working in finding equations of a parabola. I hope the video helps. Feel free to write your comments and suggestions. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that will be great. And in case you want to learn from me, send an email on the address given. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.